Hello and welcome. Today, we are diving into a skill it's quickly becoming essential in just about every field, and that is the art of talking to AI. It's called prompt engineering, and trust me, it's about to change how you work, how you create, and how you get things done. So, you've probably been there, right? You ask ChatGPT or some other AI tool for something, and what you get back is, it's gibberish, or it's just completely useless. And it's so frustrating when you know how powerful this technology is, but it just seems to miss the point entirely. But what if I told you that the difference between a useless response and a brilliant one, it isn't magic? It's a skill. I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got a vague prompt, a dog. You could get anything. But on the right, with a much more detailed prompt, we get exactly what we pictured in our heads. And that, right there, is prompt engineering in a nutshell. To really get this, I want you to do something for me. Stop thinking about coding or complex computer commands. Instead, I want you to think about building with Lego. Because, prompt engineering is way less about being a programmer and much more about being a creative builder. So what is it officially? Well, prompt engineering is simply the art of crafting your instructions, we call those prompts, to guide an AI to the best possible answer. And you know what the best part is? You don't need some technical background to do it. Actually, you're already a prompt engineer. You give instructions to people every single day. This is just about learning to do it with a little more intention. Okay, so here's how that whole Lego analogy breaks down. First up, you decide on your goal. That's what you want your personal AI Lego butler to build for you. Then you choose your words, which are basically your individual Lego blocks. And finally, you put those words together into a prompt, and that prompt becomes the complete building plan for the AI. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so we know what it is. But to get really good at this, it kind of helps to understand a little bit about why it works. So let's take a quick peek under the hood of these incredibly powerful AI models. So forget all the complex jargon for just a second. At their core, these things called large language models, or LLMs, are basically just hyper-advanced word-guessing machines. Their entire job, really, is to predict the next most probable word based on all the words that came right before it. For example, if you give an LLM the phrase, "Mary had a little," it's been trained on trillions of words from books and the internet, so it just calculates that the most statistically likely word to come next is, of course, lamb. It's all just about probability. And how does it process all these words? Well, it uses something called tokens. You can just think of tokens as pieces of words, like syllables or small word fragments. So the crucial takeaway here is this. The more context you provide in your prompt, the more tokens the AI has to analyze, and that helps it make a much better guess about what you actually want. All right, now that we have the fundamentals down, let's get practical. How do we go from asking these basic questions to writing really supercharged prompts that get amazing results every single time? These right here are the 4 golden rules. They're the key building blocks for any great prompt. First, be crystal clear about your goal. Second, use precise language. Third, give the AI all the necessary context. And finally, tell it what style you want, formal, funny, bullet points, you name it. You get what you ask for, so you have to ask for exactly what you want. Now for my favorite technique. This is one of the most powerful shortcuts in all of prompt engineering, and that's giving the AI a persona. This is where you literally tell the AI who it should be. It works like a mental shortcut, instantly activating all this stylistic and contextual information for the AI. For instance, check out this prompt. Instead of just asking a boring question, you're telling the AI to adopt a specific role. You are a sarcastic marketing expert. See? That simple command gives the AI a massive amount of context and style guidance without you having to spell it all out. So what's the effect of this? Well, the AI's response won't just be a dry list of facts. It's going to be infused with the wit, the tone, and the perspective of a sarcastic marketing expert. It completely transforms the output from simple information into something with a real personality. It's an incredibly powerful trick. So, this is clearly more than just a fun party trick. Learning to prompt well is quickly becoming a foundational skill for the modern workplace. Let me explain why this matters so much. Think about it this way. A few decades ago, you couldn't really get an office job without knowing how to use Microsoft Word or Excel, right? Well, prompting is becoming the new Excel. It's a fundamental tool for productivity, and knowing how to use it is going to be a non-negotiable skill really soon. And that leads us to this incredibly powerful quote.
AI itself isn't the threat to your job. The real competition is the person who has mastered AI as a tool, the person who can generate better ideas, write faster, and solve problems more efficiently, all because they know how to talk to the machine.
But the best news in all of this is that you're already halfway there. You ask questions, you give instructions all the time. Prompt engineering is just about applying that natural skill with a little more structure, a little more intention. You already have all the building blocks you need to start right now. So, I'll leave you with this thought. You now have the fundamental building blocks to unlock a whole new level of creativity and productivity. The only question left is, what will you create?